I'm Steve Zolas, Chief Executive Officer with Senior Services of Southeastern Virginia. I am honored to welcome you to our very first Art of Healthy Aging Summer Series. This virtual event is groundbreaking for our organization, and we are so thrilled to have you along for the ride. And what better way to kick off this series than with some steel drums? We're delighted to have the talented Dr. Anthony Haley and a few members of the Mosaic Steel Orchestra here to entertain us. Their presence here can only mean one thing: we're going to have a good time. Today, we will discuss issues that all seniors and their families should consider during this time. We have brought together 3 experts to share what they know as an industry, to answer the questions you have about health, wellness, and the legal aspects of this pandemic, and to give you some tools and resources to help you stay active and healthy as you age. I encourage each of you to take advantage of the information provided and the professional resources that are available to you today. I'd like to thank the Wagner Macula and Retina Center and Sight Forever. Representing them today is Dr. Alan Wagner, founder of Wagner Macula and Retina Center, and our first speaker today. Did you know that age-related macular degeneration is the leading cause of vision loss in Americans 60 and older? That's roughly 11 million people. In fact, by the age of 65, 1/3 of Americans will be affected by retinal diseases. What many people do not know is that a lot of these are preventable and even more are treatable. Dr. Alan Wagner is here to tell us how to keep our vision in tip-top shape as we age. Dr. Wagner is a board-certified physician and a fellow of the American College of Surgeons. Dr. Wagner, welcome, and take it away.
Hi, I'm Dr. Alan Wagner with Sight Forever. I'm honored to have our team be a supporting founding member of the brand new virtual Art of Healthy Aging with Senior Services of Southeastern Virginia. The Sight Forever team is comprised of the folks that came from the Wagner Macular Retina Center, the people that bring sight-saving services of a subspecialty type. We have 10 locations throughout Southeastern Virginia and Northern North Carolina where we take care of diabetes, macular degeneration, and other concerns that could make you go blind. Our research and the needs of the community have brought forward now Sight Forever to support the Senior Services of Southeastern Virginia to deliver care everywhere. With COVID and other concerns, we know that people aren't getting out, and we know that time is so important. So if you're not getting care and not being seen, then you're at a high risk of vision loss. Whether it's a cataract, and a cataract is one of the leading losses of vision, a cloudy lens in the eye, or if it's glaucoma, where the nerve that connects your eye to the brain withers because of pressure or other reasons, or because of diabetes or macular degeneration. These are things we can detect no matter where you might be, and we want to be where you need us when you need us. The concept of care being everywhere will help you save your sight. So what we're going to show you in a moment is what a simple examination looks like. We're going to show you how to save your sight and how to be very aware of one of your loved ones perhaps having a challenge to their vision, and you'd help them as well. So I look forward to letting you see how we take care of people and how we might be able to even take care of you.
Let's talk about what we want to do to help you save your own sight and, most importantly, perhaps save someone else's. Vision loss from glaucoma, cataracts, as well as diabetes and macular degeneration are things that you can pick up at home and be aware of. Let's talk about cataracts first. A cataract is a cloudy lens, just the same as if you were looking through a foggy windshield. Bright lights have halos, things have glare, or it takes a lot more light to see things. Glaucoma is when you can lose your side vision, as if you were looking through a gun barrel or a tunnel. You can't feel it, and it's totally preventable. What about diabetes? 1 in 5 Americans has diabetic eye disease, and no matter who you are, if you have it long enough, you're going to be at risk for going blind. Your vision can see spots or things floating around in it, or you may have no changes until something bad happens. That's why screening is so very, very important. Macular degeneration is when the very small center of the back of your eye starts to have some changes. Either it's wearing out, that's dry macular degeneration, and you have some subtle areas where you can't see that clearly, or wet macular degeneration, when you end up having distortion, things where straight lines become wavy, a telephone pole has an arch to it, or the road becomes bumpy. This should be detected early and can be helped directly. The examination that we provide at our different locations through Sight Forever is the same as at one of our major institutions, one of our large local centers. And we do that by using fancy imaging systems that we bring. We use devices like you'd see on the space station. And then, most importantly, we do a personalized examination. It's very simple. You sit there, I look with this fancy lens in each eye, and I can see all of the eye. It's that easy. Don't accept that we're getting older and our eyes are changing. That's not the right approach. It's most important that you are aware of these changes, because the sight you save may not be your own. I'm Dr. Alan Wagner, along with my partner, Dr. Kapoor, Dr. Scripsima, and Ms. Krutzinger, to let you know that we're proud to be primary sponsors of this new virtual Art of Healthy Aging with the Senior Services of Southeastern Virginia.
And now we want to ask a few questions of our speakers. First, Dr. Wagner, how is the current COVID-19 situation affecting your ability to provide services to your patients?
I'm so glad you asked. The COVID situation is what caused Sight Forever to be founded. My mom, 95 years of age in Omaha, Nebraska, was going out for care, and I was concerned about her safety. So we took what we've done at the Wagner Macular Retina Center at our multiple locations, many places where we give out a ton of free care, and we realized we had to take the same process where people in need were located. So we're in the position of being able to take all this sort of care to where people are at risk. Sight Forever's purpose is to take the care where you need it, when you need it. So COVID is what brought it about. Staying at home can put you in a position where you can be losing sight. and we don't want that to happen. That was the cause and the birth of Sight Forever. Great question.
The second question for Dr. Wagner, what do you enjoy most about your work?
Oh, that's easy. It's the people. It's helping. It's the purpose of trying to build the world anew every day, trying to repair the world. We get to meet with people that are princes and paupers. We see people from every point of life and every station of life. It doesn't matter who you are, your eyes are going to have challenges. But most importantly, we have the opportunity to make sure you don't go blind. As you can tell, and we've talked about, we bring the state-of-the-art care, no matter where you are, to be able to get you the care that you need. And most importantly, we can help you make sure that not only you don't go blind, but we can have you help others. And isn't that the greatest gift of all? Glad you asked.
If there was one thing you would like this audience to take away from this session, what would it be?
That's the most important question you've asked. Most important answer I have. And that is, do not accept vision change just because you're getting older, okay? We've talked about today that vision loss is something that is not acceptable. It's something that can be prevented and in many cases can be reversed. Sight Forever was founded to protect your vision, to save your sight, to enhance your life, and most importantly, give you the tools that you need to be aware to not only save your own sight, but save the sight of others as well. I'd like to thank Steve Zolas, the leader of Senior Services of Southeastern Virginia, for us to have the opportunity to help you help save the sight of others. You have the opportunity to be a Paul Revere, to go out and spread the word of how to save sight and what can be done to get sight back.
Movement is a key factor in helping individuals stay healthy and active as they age. Whether it be walking, working out in the gym, dancing, chair yoga, or even gardening, keeping your bodies in motion can reduce the negative impact of diabetes, high blood pressure, and even depression. Our next speaker knows this all too well. Carolyn Harper is a certified Zumba instructor who has experienced the positive effects of movement, both professionally and personally. Today, she's here to show us that movement matters with a few easy exercises that you can do at home. Carolyn, the floor is all yours.
Hello, my name is Carolyn Renee Harper, and yes, I am a senior citizen. Since I don't tell my age, just know I'm somewhere between 65 years of age and 75 years of age. A long-time dancer, I started about 4 or 5 years old, jumping around the house, having fun, and I loved it so much that I wanted to make it a part of my life, at least for a serious hobby, because my mother was scared I wouldn't earn a living if I were dancing all the time. And after I retired, I worked as a consultant for nonprofits. I'm originally from Washington, D.C., and I liked the Tidewater area so much because it included easy access to Washington by car, train. You could just get there and get back. I moved here in 2013 and began searching for things to do that were productive for me and meant something to the community to make it better too. So I began volunteering. But in 2014, I was diagnosed as a type 2 diabetic. A year or so later, I thought I need to do something that's movement-based to help me fight this insidious disease that runs throughout my family, my dad, my mom, my brother, and I don't want to take a needle. So I found a nearby gym and began taking various classes, yoga, stretch, step. I thought to myself, I can teach some of these classes. And thus began my interest in teaching exercise classes. I love Zumba, but it's dance-based and it's very Latin influenced, but it's highly aerobic. So I began to look for something else, and guess what? I found Zumba Gold. And after Zumba Gold, I found Silver Sneakers. Then I found the line dancing group, and I decided to add walking to my routine, because all of these things made me be in control of diabetes, something that was so important to me. And besides that, it picked up my mood. You can go for a walk for a half an hour, 30 minutes, 20 minutes, I don't care. I bet you feel better when you get back. So I began teaching classes in 2015 and have been teaching ever since. It does so much for the body, so much for the mind, so much for how I feel. My motto is Movement Matters. It embodies what I think is essential to anyone and everyone. It's easy to do. You don't need special equipment. All you need is you, maybe some good music. I'm going to show you a routine right now, and you can do this sitting or standing. Do it with me. Let's reach out. Yeah. Reach down. Moving side to side. Pick it up, up, touch. Let's get balanced. Turn side and front, side and front, side and front, side and front. Look up, look down, up and down, side, side. Roll back, roll front. Hey, move over. Other way. Take it back. Pick it up. Out. Hey, I see you. Looking good. And you can do some of these things even in a chair. So the same things you saw me do standing up, we can do sitting down. There's no excuse not to move. So if you up, 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 out, 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 out. Let's go down and bend. Ooh, it's work. It's worth it. And out, 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 out. Roll back. Shoulders up and back. Reverse. Front. And front. Ooh, let's look up. Look down. Up and down. Center, turn. Center, turn. Twist, front, twist, front. Pick it up. Up, up, up. Out, 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 out. Jump out. Jump in. Jump out. Jump in. Oh, just one. Ooh, just one. One more. One more. You got it. Ooh. Up. Come down. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. Movement matters.
Carolyn, what's a good exercise for older adults?
Wow, I get that question from so many people. I just had a friend ask me that same question recently, and I don't know what she's been doing, like I don't know what you've been doing. So my thing is, listen to your body. I listen to my body all the time. I do what's good for me. I want you to do what's good for you. Is it walk 10 minutes? Is it to put the music on and dance for 15 minutes like nobody's watching? You can get up and do that. It doesn't matter what you do. It matters that you start and do something. Let your body feel the movement. If it's just a stretch, let your body feel the motion and do the motion. And it says thank you every time you do that. You'll come back home from a 10-minute walk and say, ooh, I feel so good. And that endorphin is up, and your mood is up, and people around you want to be around you because you moved. That's all we're doing. We're going to move the body.
Our next question from the audience is, how often should I exercise?
I don't know your body. I only know my body. If you're a person who has never moved before, doing something twice a week, maybe for just 10 minutes, might work for you. For me, when I get out of my routine and I've been sedentary for too long, that's the way I start. But again, I listen to my body. Maybe it's 15 minutes a day for 3 days during that week. And they can be right in a row. You don't have to do an hour. Start small. Start with what feels good for you. The only thing I can tell you is If it hurts, stop. You don't want to do anything that hurts. Stretching is moving the body, and it shouldn't hurt, but it's good for you. And the body says thank you when you're kind to it. So let's get some thank yous in here from your body.
Carolyn, if there was one thing you would like this audience to take away from this session, what would it be?
Most important, so I say, is that movement matters. It'll help you live longer. It will help you live better. It will help your mood, your attitude. I think it will bring you into a space that's good for you. And it'll be good for other people because you start to radiate how you feel. If you can smile, people feel that. If you're sad, people kind of walk away. But if you start to move, you draw people in. And they want to know, well, what's she on? How she feel so good? She feels so good because her body appreciates what she's doing for you. Movement matters.
Seniors living in nursing homes and long-term care facilities are among the many Americans receiving stimulus payments as part of the CARES Act. But what are the rules around how the money is handled? As many of these facilities continue their lockdowns to further the control of COVID, there's been confusion about what they can and cannot do with the residents' money. Our next speaker is here to clear up the confusion. Emily Martin is an attorney with the Hook Law Center. She focuses her practice on estate planning, elder law, guardianships, and conservatorships, not to mention estate administration. In addition to being admitted to the Virginia State Bar and North Carolina State Bar, Emily is also licensed to practice before the Department of Veterans Affairs. She is a member of the National Academy of Elder Law Attorneys, and she's here today to set the record straight. Take it away, Emily.
Hi, I'm Emily Martin. Following concerns that businesses may be taking advantage of those who received an economic impact payment, the Internal Revenue Service recently notified nursing homes and other care facilities that the recent stimulus payments received by many Americans generally belong to the recipients, not the organizations providing the care. This means that these payments do not count as resources that have to be turned over to nursing homes whose care is provided by Medicaid. So often we have residents who are in a nursing home who are receiving Medicaid benefits, and their entire income is being assigned over to the nursing home, except perhaps maybe $40 a month. And with some of the recent economic stimulus payments that were received, those payments automatically were assigned to the nursing home, or the nursing home took them thinking that they were entitled to it due to Medicaid rules. However, the IRS has recently stated that if the income payment was taken, it has to be given back to the resident, and if the resident planned on providing that payment over to the nursing home, they do not have to do so. This is the case even if a nursing home or other provider receives the person's payment by either direct deposit or check. Additionally, these payments do not count as a resource for Medicaid eligibility purposes or for other federal programs for up to 12 months from receipt of the funds. That means that nursing home residents and Medicaid recipients have up to a year to spend their economic impact stimulus payment before it's going to be counted for Medicaid purposes. These funds also do not count as income for the purposes of these programs. So if you're receiving Medicaid, you may be aware that you have an income limit or an asset limit when you're on Medicaid. The IRS has specifically said that if receiving this payment has caused you to go over, for example, the $2,000 asset limit, that you will not be penalized for being over that limit as a result of the economic impact payment. Additionally, if receiving this $1,200 stimulus has pushed you over the income limit, you will not be penalized for receiving too much income in the month that you receive the economic impact payment. Now, the Social Security Administration has also released guidance on this issue. If you are a representative payee, which is someone who handles Social Security funds on behalf of someone else, the Social Security Administration has stated that the economic impact payment is not a Social Security benefit. Therefore, the payment belongs to the Social Security recipient, not the representative payee. And for that reason, representative payees are required to provide the funds to the beneficiary upon their request. Representative payees cannot keep economic impact payments for the representative payee account. And if you're concerned about taxes, the economic impact payment is considered a tax refund for benefits purposes. That includes temporary assistance for needy families, or TANF, Medicaid, Supplemental Security Income, or SSI, and Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, which is SNAP, or formerly known as food stamps. And if you would like additional information about economic impact payments and representative payees involving Social Security and Supplemental Security Income, that information can be found at www.ssa.gov/coronavirus/#reppayee.
Our next set of questions are for Emily. A relative of mine recently passed away, and I received a stimulus check for him. What do I do with the money? Do I give it back, or can I keep it?
That's a good question, and this has happened to a lot of people. You know, the economic stimulus payment went out very quickly, which was a good thing and a bad thing because the government was trying to get money to the American people in a time of crisis. Unfortunately, they ended up sending checks to a lot of people who were deceased because they were basing these stimulus payments based on tax returns from 2018 and 2019. So if you've received a check for a loved one who was not living at the time that the check was issued, you are going to have to return that payment. Now, the United States Treasury has canceled pending checks. So if you have a check you haven't deposited, just leave it alone. If you've already deposited a check, or if you have an automatic deposit, you're going to have to go to the IRS website and search economic impact payments to find out how to return those funds, whether that be by mail or electronically.
The next question for Emily is, how do I check the status to my stimulus payment? Are we getting another stimulus payment?
That's a great question. So most people have already received their economic impact payment, but if you haven't received yours, or if you're just curious, you can go to the IRS website to check the status, and you can go to www.irs.gov/coronavirus/getmypayment. Now, as to whether Americans are going to receive an additional stimulus payment, that is not for certain yet. Congress is currently debating that issue, and there have been bills introduced, but nothing has been passed yet.
And our final question, if there was one thing you would like this audience to take away from this session, what would it be?
This is a very uncertain time. It's unprecedented, and the stimulus payment, the economic impact payment, and any other future benefits we may receive as Americans is unprecedented as well. So my advice would just be, if you receive something in the mail, like a prepaid card, or if you receive an automatic deposit in your bank account, talk to your accountant, talk to an elder law attorney, or another professional who's going to know if this is legitimate, if it's something you should have received, and who's going to advise you as to how it's going to impact any benefits you may be receiving moving forward. Growing up, my father was a social worker. He worked in a geriatric psychiatric unit with older people who had psychiatric issues, and my mother was a nurse. She worked with many elderly people as well. So growing up, my parents were a great example of helping elderly people, helping our seniors, and that value has always been instilled in me. I knew that I wanted to be an attorney, and I knew that I wanted to help people, and being an elder law attorney has allowed me to help the senior population as well as their families. It's a very vulnerable population, but it's one that I respect greatly. We have many veterans in our area, and veterans benefits are very important and very difficult to access, so I really value being able to help our veterans with those benefits, as well as protecting our senior population from elder abuse and exploitation, and making sure that they have access to all the benefits that they've worked so hard for and that they're really entitled to. So it's a very rewarding job.
So, we're getting close to the end of our time together. Thank you for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed this session as much as we did. You can ask further questions of the speakers right after this episode on our Facebook page at facebook.com/SSSEVA. We deeply appreciate the support of our episode sponsor, Wagner Macula and Retina Center, and our incredible speakers, not to mention our hardworking special events team. Without the dedicated time and commitment of these excellent professionals, this virtual program would not be possible. The next episode will be equally as informative and entertaining, so be sure to tune in. If you have any comments about today's segment or the information provided, please share them with us on Facebook, Twitter, or our website at ssseva.org/summer series. Thank you again for coming, and we'll see you next time.
Since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, Senior Services of Southeastern Virginia has been responding to the needs of the Southampton Roads and Western Tidewater senior community. We're delivering 3,000 meals per week to high-risk seniors. That means over 30,000 meals from the start of this pandemic. Our long-term care staff has assisted over 600 individuals with no-contact deliveries of toiletries, paper goods, and other essential items, allowing high-risk seniors to follow the governor's stay-at-home order and reducing their chances of contracting COVID-19. To help reduce the risk of senior isolation, our staff and volunteers have regularly been making comfort calls and delivering at-home activity packets to over 1,000 seniors. Our resource specialists have taken calls from hundreds of individuals needing health and wellness counseling to remain safe at home. Our counselors have assisted clients with signing up for benefits if they became eligible due to a job loss, or changing benefits to better fit their needs during the pandemic. Our senior companion volunteers continue to engage with their homebound clients via telephone in place of in-person visits. Our dietitian is providing healthy cooking demonstrations online using common food items from your pantry. And finally, we're planning virtual opportunities such as exercise and wellness classes, and of course, our Art of Healthy Aging summer series, all designed to keep you, our senior community, healthy, active, and engaged. Please check our website frequently for our latest virtual offerings.